everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Hotshot Haulers. My name's Jason, and if Starbucks isn't open so I can get a sweet cream vanilla cold brew, we're gonna have some problems here. Okay, so we haven't made it to Starbucks yet, but it is May, beginning of May. I don't know what today is, but it's beginning of May and it's snowing in Pennsylvania. Probably can't see it on camera, but there is snowflakes falling from the sky. Bad news, no Starbucks. They're closed. The only thing open at this rest stop is Burger King. So we're gonna try the new Red Bull, the watermelon. I don't usually drink Red Bull or drink any energy drinks with sugar, but this thing has 38 grams of sugar in it. But I saw somebody raving about it, so we're gonna go ahead and try it. And you guys want to know why people hate truck drivers? That's why. All they want to do is just throw their trash out the window when there's, I don't know if you can see up beside that truck, that guy's got like, you can't see it. He's got like 2 or 3 boxes of trash literally sitting right outside of his truck. You can tell he just sat there, and there's trash cans everywhere. That's why people hate truck drivers. Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Or next day here, I don't know. Who knows where this will be? Will it be a new video? Will it be a part of an old video? Who knows? Anyways, we just hopped on the interstate here, merging on to I-81 South out of Hagerstown, Maryland. Headed down to the city. We got a brand new GMC Acadia, and we've got a 2017 BMW X5 behind us currently. One's a lease return, one is I guess like a dealer trade. But I wanted to do some talking today, guys. The main part of this video is going to be 5 things, or maybe 5, maybe more, maybe less. Rookie mistakes people are making out here that are costing them money, or even costing them as much as their business. We'll talk about that a little later on in the video, but it's supposed to be a nice day today. It's supposed to be 65 degrees here. Didn't do much recording yesterday. You'll probably see some clips. All it did was rain yesterday, so kind of crappy, but we're still working. Getting a lot of people asking me, where's the Dodge? Dodge is sitting in a driveway. I don't really need it right now. I bought it because of the deal I got on it, and you know, I always kind of believe in having a backup truck now. Ever since the Chevy was in an accident, and I bought the first Dodge I had, I've always believed in having a backup truck. So I still got it. It's sitting in the driveway. I'm working with a guy right now to get some decals on it. I'm going to keep it pretty simple on that truck. And there's reasons why we might explain later. Just gonna get my company logo that you see on my shirts, my hats, my banner in my garage, things like that. Just gonna get that across the back window, and then just on the doors, just get my operating authority or my MC number and my DOT number on the sides. Let's keep it simple. But we're headed down here. It's a beautiful day, and about an hour and 20 minutes down to the city to drop both the way we're kind of driving. I'll show you. It makes sense to me. It makes sense in general, but I'm gonna be riding around with one of these cars for a little while today because it's gonna drop off on the way back home, actually. So we're gonna take it south and then bring it back north, because the place it drops off at doesn't open up till 10 o'clock, and didn't feel like waiting around till then. So let's continue south, and I'll catch up with you guys here in just a bit. Before we get too far, before I even open my drink, check out this sweet sweatshirt. It's all baggy right here. It's got a drink pot. Come on, people, man. Anyways, it's got a drink pocket here. and it's got like koozie material on it, so you can carry your beverage of choice around. But just had somebody hop on the interstate right in front of me. You probably saw my facial expression there. The people. This merge lane too is probably, it's still going. Merge, 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 merge. Fine. That merge lane is probably half a mile to 3/4 of a mile, and he felt like he had to hit the ramp and just right out in front of me. Whatever. Let's keep moving. Oh, and for you guys asking where a new trailer is, when's a new trailer coming? I don't know. This whole COVID-19 thing has really put a stress on me as far as decision making. I've been working. I took, you know, I don't know, a week and a half, 2 weeks off back there in the beginning when things started to get rough as far as the scare of the COVID-19. But I've actually been brought some other opportunities as far as in the transportation business, as far as not just hauling cars. So I've been getting a lot of questions about freight, as far as people calling needing freight objects moved, and even things like bigger tractors and you know, odds and ends, stuff that just wouldn't be good on the trailer I have now, wouldn't work at all on what I was looking to get, and then I don't want to buy 2 trailers, if that makes sense. You know, I hate turning people away, saying, no, I can't, that's not something I can haul. I'm a transport company, you know, I got to be able to haul it. So stay tuned for that. I'm actually in the process of something. And what this something is I'm in the process of, I'm kind of excited about, but it's not a trailer you can just go out and buy. I've got a good candidate to buy, but it's new, but it's going to need some improvements for what I want to do. So stay tuned for that. I've got pretty much everything I need as far as the idea. I've got the guy who can do the work that it's going to need, but I need to take some measurements and really do some calculations to make sure load angles are right, and stay tuned for it. I'm going to make a video on it if I do it. It's going to be a good video. It's a lot of math involved, and I'm trying to kill 2 birds with 1 stone, if that makes sense. So stay tuned for that, guys. Let me get these cars unloaded. I just wanted to touch on that because as I'm driving, it's pretty much all that's on my mind is making my next move, what's next. So stay tuned for that. Alrighty, well, we're here at BMW. It's a good looking car. That thing's about 30 feet long. I gotta get this BMW dropped off. It was a lease return. Got a bunch of damage on it, but gotta unload this GMC, take this off, and then leave the GMC right there at the back. They're picking up an auction car that will go here. That's the last stop of the day. So I'm gonna do this real quick, get these swapped around, and back on the road. It's a beautiful day out, not a cloud in the sky. Let's get at it. So you saw we got those switched around. We got the BMW delivered. The GMC Acadia put back up on the trailer, and we're headed south down to Fredericksburg now to pick up a IAA car for a customer of mine back in town, close to where I live, about 20 minutes or so from where I live. Be the last stop of the day. Should be home by knock on wood, I'm hoping to be home by around 3 o'clock today. And tomorrow's going to be another short day as well. Tomorrow's a little different work, which we'll go over. But let's go over the first two of the mistakes that new car haulers, this is more, some of these are directed straight towards loading car or hauling cars. So the first one is not knowing your load angle. As you saw there, that was a pretty steep load angle because of how the hill was I was on, but I had two SUVs, so I wasn't that worried about it. Guys hauling on wedges, the rear end of the trailer is a lot higher than what my deck is. So that load angle is very steep sometimes depending on where you're parked. And the first mistake people will make is they'll get lazy, either loading or unloading, and won't pay attention to their load angle, and they'll damage the front bumper. Either going on, scraping it, and the worst is coming off and pulling the bumper and cracking the bumper, breaking one of the tabs. It can get very expensive very quickly on some of these bumpers. So mistake number one is damaging front bumpers when loading or unloading vehicles. Now number two, they kind of go hand in hand because it is to do with damage, but it's not taking proper documentation of vehicles when you pick them up and getting accused of damage that was already on a vehicle. There is nothing more satisfying than getting accused of damaging a vehicle and having picture proof that it was already there. I've had it happen plenty of times. Hey man, this windshield's cracked. And I'm like, yeah, it was cracked when I picked it up. Here's a picture. They'll be like, oh, boom, awesome, great. Customer must have not seen that when they bought the car. Things like that. So you got to make proper documentation of each and every damage. Even you can't get you know, relaxed even with new cars, man. I just picked up a $85,000 Lincoln the other day, the silver one. I don't know if I have any video of that, and the front bumper was damaged from like either someone backed in or pulled in, and it was like a license plate indent in the front of the bumper of that $85,000 car. So I have pictures of it, and didn't get blamed for it. I got paid. So I have a whole video of that in my backlog of videos. If you go check it out, about how I inspect vehicles, if you guys are new to this and want some pointers of what I do, so go check that out. I'm gonna keep rolling down the road here, and we'll get to a couple more tips here in a little bit. Alright guys, number 3 on the list. Before we get there, go check out the Hotshot Haulers Instagram page and check out what catastrophe I just saw at the Fredericksburg IAA. A guy had bald tires, like completely bald tires on his truck. I don't know what his method of strapping was. Maybe I'll put a picture up here. But anyways, number 3 on the list of mistakes that new car haulers make is not having the right equipment. What I mean by not having the right equipment is securement equipment. So, especially in times like this, that there is slim pickings on what is out there to haul, you got to be prepared to haul odds and ends. Like you see me pick up tractors and skid loaders, and you know, there comes that debate on every Facebook group that you need chains for this, you shouldn't use straps for that. But I'm not here to debate that, but getting caught out there without a set of binders and without a set of chains can really cost you a pretty good paying load. So number 3 on the list is not being set up with the proper securement equipment on your truck. To number 4, don't mind my mask. Can you guys hear me? Getting tired. If I don't leave this on my neck while I'm working, I will literally walk into a store or a dealer and get yelled at and then have to run all the way back to the truck. So anyways, number 4 is digging yourself into a financial hole that you work yourself to death to get out of. So some people want to go out and buy a $100,000 F450 limited, and that's great, but you still have that, you know, $1,200–1,300 payment lurking over you. Say you finance your, you know, $30,000 Diamond C, You got another $400 payment. You can't afford to take, and when I say time off, weeks at a time. Like, there's no way to really get a good, proper reset without at least taking 3 or 4 days off. Clearing your mind of business, going somewhere relaxing, get some sun, do whatever, drink some beer, and people will dig themselves into a financial hole where they have to constantly work and work and work and work and never get that break and get that time off. Some people don't like time off, but you're gonna wear yourself out. And then we're just gonna jump into number 5 since it's 12:30 and I'm almost done here for the day. I'm actually on my way home. But number 5 is not knowing what the fuck you're doing. The guy I saw today is a prime example of having no idea what you're doing. Couldn't strap the cars down. His equipment's falling apart. And he's pulling out of the parking lot where there's room to get semis in and out of. And he takes out the barrier with his 3-car trailer. He has absolutely no idea what he's doing. He should not be on the road like that. And unfortunately, there's a lot of people like that. A lot of people think, oh, I could buy a 1-ton dually and a 40-foot trailer. I've never driven anything bigger than a Volkswagen Jetta, but I can do it. Anybody can. Jason does it. I can do it. And quite frankly, you learn the hard way. You tear up your equipment. You hurt somebody. God forbid you kill somebody because you're inexperienced. But that's it for that. That's 5 things that the new people get into this business, car hauling business, make. And I'm gonna get these cars dropped off so I can go home and enjoy this 65-degree day.